Now I'm talking about Gotham by Gotham by Gaslight.
Then the opium. And now...
Gotham by Gaslight. The plot is that Batman and his rogues gallery are all placed in the late 19th, early 20th century Gotham City. And Jack the Ripper's killing people, and Batman has to find out who it is. That's it. That's the whole plot, pretty much. And I'd say it was a really good movie. It was not quite as good as Flashpoint. I mean, few things are. I didn't really have as many problems. Well, my biggest problem was that some of the scenes were just kind of clunky, the way they flowed. Like, maybe the dialogue was a little awkward sometimes, or the pacing was a bit off. It was just slightly off. It could have been a little bit better. And probably with just a little bit of editing, which is kind of the disappointing thing about it.
That could very well be. He's a devil, that one. My men just can't seem to
do anything, Chief Bullock, but sit on their fat arses and...
Just a damn minute!
Editing's the last thing you do, and that's usually when everything's finalized, and if you don't finalize things correctly, you could destroy a movie, you know, an otherwise good movie. It just could have been better. It could have been a lot worse.
Or maybe you don't want to wait. No!
This movie was very entertaining 90 minutes or so. It's also quite a bit different from most Batman films, just in that it didn't really focus so much on action as much as it did the mystery. There was still some action, maybe a fair bit more than I remember right now, but it was definitely the mystery that stood out above everything else. It's Batman versus Jack the Ripper. Who's gonna win? You know, the world's greatest detective or the world's deadliest serial killer? I mean, Jack the Ripper was never caught. Or possibly didn't exist, if you want to get real about it.
Read your files on the Ripper. Detailed descriptions of the crime scenes, even profiles from your alienist.
Would you prefer them alphabetized or in chronological order?
I'll tell you the clunkiness of the scenes. There's only one other complaint I have, but it spoils everything. So I'll tell you everything that I liked about the movie first. The animation was really unique, and I thought it created a very cool style. I also really like the setting and the themes, I guess, just in like the characters in this setting.
You're studying me.
And I thought this could actually be like a live-action TV show, just because the setting was so cool, kind of a Sherlock Holmesian style Batman set in the 1890s or something like that. That's when forensic science was really starting to take off, too, so that would kind of make sense.
It was at the scene. The Batman will return it to Gordon after my analysis.
Yours? You were there. You might have dropped it.
No. There's blood spattered on the pin. It was there when the murder happened. Mine wasn't.
The voice acting was all fairly good, outside of the clunkiness times, because sometimes the dialogue was just really awkward, or like they said things a little awkwardly.
Oh, please, Bruce, this is the 19th century. Don't be such a dinosaur.
But outside of that, I felt the voice acting was like very well done, and really stood out as like being like just good voice acting. Is there something I should say there? Very talented voice acting all around. That's all I'm going to say about that.
He's more skilled than I would have thought.
Anyway, let's just get into spoilers so I can complain.
There'll be no lynch mob on my watch. Do you understand? We catch him, and if he's guilty, he hangs.
And that's that in the end, it turns out that Jack the Ripper is Commissioner Gordon.
The things I saw during the war. The entirety of humanity's evil was there for all to see. On the inside of every man.
I mean, by that point in the movie, like, pretty much every other suspect has died. Though, truthfully, like, I didn't suspect Jim Gordon the whole time.
Where is he?
Doing what he needs to do. His holy work.
I mean, it's really out of character for it to be Jim Gordon. And that's my complaint. Just that, like, even though it was surprising, and I kind of liked that that was the twist, I felt that it was really out of character for it to be him.
Murderers, confidence men. Immigrants, illiterates, anarchists. This city seems to spawn them.
Jim Gordon's always been Batman's greatest ally, except for Alfred or Robin. He's the one good cop in Gotham, right? He's the one cop that Batman can trust, because everyone else is corrupt and wants to get rid of Batman. I mean, I get that it's like a different setting and everything, basically a different universe, a different Jim Gordon, but being that everything else was essentially the same. It was like, this is the one major difference. It was just to pull this twist out of their ass at the end of the movie.
But it will be worth it.
I was suspecting it was Alfred by the end, because Alfred was kind of doing this thing to Wayne where he's bringing up like he wished that he would stop being Batman.
Revenge.
Her blood cries out for it.
Does it, sir? Beloved, avenge not yourselves. Vengeance is mine. I will repay, saith the Lord.
Then it would be the twist being Alfred. He would be like, oh, because I was trying to get you to stop being Batman to show you that it's too hard or something, you know, or whatever.
What, Alfred? What did you say?
Nothing at all, sir. I presumed, and I presumed incorrectly.
Just didn't really make any sense to me. Jim Gordon's like the one good cop, except when he's a serial killer, I guess. Guess I'll just lock that in my list right under Flashpoint there. Not that there's a whole lot on the list yet, but more coming soon. I don't know.
But just one thing I'd like to ask of you. Can you tame what